Thanks so much, Tyler. And I'm joined now by Peggy Johnson, the new CEO of Agility Robotics, in your first interview since taking over as CEO in March, previously CEO of Magic Leap. And today you are announcing some big news on our air. Your Digit robot, which is a humanoid robot, is in a new partnership with GXO Logistics. Tell us this news.
Yeah, this is big news. It's an industry first. Digit is stepping in and picking up tasks at GXO. They're a third-party logistics operator just outside of Atlanta. We'll be moving product within their warehouse. This is kind of the dull, repetitive sorts of tasks that's hard to find people to step in and do. But we are on the clock now at GXO.
So these robots are doing the work that would be done by workers previously. Tell us a little bit about Agility. Your valuation's over $1 billion. You've raised over $100 million. What makes your humanoid robots so different, not just from the other robots that are being deployed in warehouses, but other humanoid robots that we've seen demos of?
Right. So we're the first ones being put to work. We are stepping in and operating in those spaces that humans previously operated in. We're different in a couple ways. One is that we have actual data from environments that inside the customer facility. Turns out that's very valuable data to help train AI models that will then teach new skills to Digit. So that'll help open up new markets going forward.
So you're talking about teaching Digit. This is obviously AI powered, but how autonomous and independent are these robots? And what do you see them being able to do as AI technologies continue to advance so quickly?
Digit is fully autonomous. There's no cord behind it. It is still inside of a work cell, so it works in a work cell for safety. You don't want AI at this point in time controlling the robot. So we use traditional methods to control the robot, but we can layer in AI on top of that to help teach it new skills along the way.
So here at Aspen Ideas, there's a lot of talk about AI, but there's also a lot of talk about regulation. You talk about how you don't want AI controlling the robot. We've heard people warn about robots taking over, or autonomous robots taking over, sort of the worst case scenario of the future of AI. What do you think about regulation? Should AI be regulated? And what would regulation mean to your AI-powered robots?
It absolutely should be regulated, particularly in the humanoid space. These are, human-sized, very large devices, and you want to make sure that the human is always top of mind. And so there's a moment in time now as AI and robots merge for governments to work on the proper regulation to make sure that everybody follows the guidelines as these devices are starting to be introduced into our environments.
And so you think this is going to happen at a federal level, national level? Do you think it's going to happen at an international level?
There's already national standards for certain types of robots. Our team is helping and has a voice in the standards for humanoids going forward. So that standard still is being formulated, but now's the time to get it right.
So let's talk about scaling your business. Right now, you're making this big partnership and deploying these robots, putting them to work in this logistics company. You mentioned you have a partnership with Amazon, but what's the future? What other industries, types of companies could use your robots, maybe to replace workers or certainly to accelerate the pace of their growth?
Well, there's a lot of tasks, I would say tasks, not the full job, that are just repetitive, dull, dirty, sometimes backbreaking, a lot of injury-prone tasks that humanoids can step in and take off the plate of the human. And that frees the human up to learn new skills, to actually be the manager of the robots. They can step into a digital job based on that. And so it's going to change the face of labor going forward, but I wouldn't think of it as taking the job, but as augmenting a human's job.
And so which industries do you think are next up to see humanoid robots at work?
I think we'll see it quite a bit in the automotive industry, retail, eventually in healthcare.
And will these robots interact with humans, or do you see them more as being walking around and doing things within a manufacturing facility or a warehouse?
They will eventually interact with humans. That's called collaborative safety, and we're working on those protocols and the feature set to allow that to happen going forward.
Well, fascinating time in the robot business, and exciting to see your robots at work. They do seem very large and powerful. So amazing stuff. Thank you, Johnson. Thanks so much for joining us here at Aspen Ideas. Back over to you.
Julian.